Good afternoon. This is Speak On It. I hesitated because, in fact, it's so easy to say good evening, but it ain't even yet. So I'm going to try to stick to it. Good afternoon. Speak On It. Actually, a live opportunity for you to call in here and speak on the issues we be talking about. Now, you know that for the last 6 or 7 weeks, we've been talking about the West Side Heroin Opioid Task Force. Sometime we've had guests. Today is one of those times. Tonight we will have somewhat of a treat because we might be on a little bit longer than we usually are. And that's good if you want it to be. It's good for me because, I don't have to be sweating that minute. And you know how sometimes I get sort of off the clock. But anyway, today we have a guest, and I'm not going to waste a lot of energy in any of that. But before we do, I'm going to ask the engineer to just show this other picture about what happened down in Oklahoma as it relates to the opioid situation. Look like the floodgate is about to open. What we saw is that people are beginning to hold some of these, I don't want to call them drug companies, responsible for some of the conditions that have developed in neighborhoods. And apparently Johnson & Johnson has been ordered, instructed to pay millions of dollars because doctors were, I don't want to use the word prescribing, because people was actually empowered and enabled to become addicted. Now I'm saying it like that simply because of the fact that everybody said the way they want to say it, and I don't want to be a parakeet. We all know what happened. And they say right now in Florida, you can drive through places in Florida, they got billboards telling people where they can just drive by and pick up their opioid medicine, if you want to call it that. And I have to tell you, and y'all know I say this all the time, I'm not too comfortable myself with all of the drama about the opioid when I'm looking at what's happening about the cannabis. Marijuana used to be legal, so they made it illegal and made alcohol legal. Now, I guess I'm gonna say 60 years, because some of y'all been bootlegging all your life and been smoking herb. No, you weren't smoking herb, you doing just like my generation. You smoking leaf and stem. You sure was not smoking no bud like they telling us where the potency is. Y'all need to stop lying. I didn't even know they had a bud. All I thought was some leaf. When we talking about smoking marijuana, we said, man, I'm going to get me some leaf. Ain't that what we said, Mr. Wright?
Yes, it is.
Y'all stop acting like y'all been knowing all the time about something. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Some hemp, some, man, please, get out of here. Y'all know better. But my point is this. The point is, I listened to the man last night, and I like the way she present things. But it just made me wonder, because I remember, and you might remember too, and we're going to get around to what we're going to get around to, but we're going to deal with this too, because it's all relative. Because the way the thing is swinging, the dope thing is on right now. And LaShawn Ford and his people had good foresight. I think it was in 2015 when they actually started the task force, to see that things was happening and you needed some type of community awareness to help people understand how to deal with that.
Right.
And that's what happened. And that's a good thing. But when the mayor said last night that maybe they'll be able to take care of a few of these deficits with the gambling, that's good. And with the cannabis, and that's good. But she also said something that we showed a couple of weeks ago that they was doing in Oakland. She spoke it, that they need to be sure that some of the peoples in the Negro community, I'm tired of talking about some damn black and brown, in the Negro community, that's what I'm talking about, That's where you've been busting people, locking people up. Now, every time you get ready to get a piece of a pie, you want to talk about black and brown. Put the money in the communities and train the people that went to jail that you finna expunge how to become entrepreneurs selling it. Don't keep giving the money to these white folk that been making the billions and gonna continue to make the billions. Point being this, you told us that the lottery, my mama and them used to play policy all the time. And some of them went to jail for that. And then you took it and you said that the lottery was gonna be for what? Education.
Yeah.
And now you're saying you ain't got no money for education. And all I'm saying is, let's be sure that this money that's going to come out of this marijuana, legal dope dealing system, let's be sure that money really goes where we need it. And the mayor sound like she going to be looking at that. And I hope she do. Now, just like the governor in Oklahoma, you can believe Pritzker going to do the same thing. Pritzker going to make these companies pay. He going to do it. Because, he be about that money. I guess that's how he became a billionaire. But if not, he need to give up a couple of them millions himself. Just throw it in the pot to help folks get a start. That's the little commentary for the night that I've been holding in for 7 weeks. Because I've been sitting here trying to be cool, woo. No, you need to understand what's happening here. They're finna use this money. They're gonna use the money. We need to be sure that those people that have developed these disorders, y'all wanna make like marijuana didn't contribute, but you had me in schools for 30 years saying that marijuana was a gateway drug to all of the other stuff. Now you're saying don't worry about it. They can smoke marijuana and they'll be all right. Y'all can tell them that lie if you want. I still believe they're losing 3,000 brain cells every time they hit a leaf. Mr. Wright, tell me about what y'all do. I mean, I shouldn't have even had you on the camera doing that. Mighty embarrassed you, but hell, that's how I do it. Come on with it.
Okay.
This is brother. Me and him, we've met a time or two, but he probably saw us a cranked in, so he all right. Come on, Mr. Wright. We're going to throw down, brother to brother.
All right.
That's what we're going to do.
All right, my name is John Wright, and I am the Director of Programs, co-founder of Chicago Recovery and Community Coalition, CRCC. Mm-hmm. What is CRCC? CRCC, Chicago Recovery and Community Coalition, is a nationally recognized recovery community organization, which is an RCO. There's plenty of RCOs all through the country, but Illinois didn't have one. So we started the first RCO in the state of Illinois. CRCC is a 501c3 organization with the purpose of providing recovery support services to individuals in or seeking recovery from alcohol, drugs, and mental health. Mm-hmm. Not only do we service those individuals suffering from alcoholism, drug abuse, and mental health, we also service their families. Mm-hmm. So the individual families, if you only treat the individual, right, and you send them back to their household is might be the cause of them being in that condition. That is true. So we treat their families also, and the things that we're providing is free to the individual. So the recovery support services that we provide is simply that, for us to provide services to the individual. Mm-hmm. Now, if they have for decades, let me clear that up. For decades, they have been viewing treatment as the answer all to mm-hmm. everything. Mm-hmm. Go to treatment, get a certificate or a diploma, right, and you come home and you're well.
That's true.
But they found out that that's not the way it worked.
Right.
They need recovery support services. Mm-hmm. So in the midst of the things that happen in the decades, now they see that recovery support services is what's really needed. Mm-hmm. So if now they didn't change the law, no longer is it a criminal act to be afflicted by drugs and alcohol. Mm-hmm. Now it's a health crisis. Mm-hmm. So now that it's a health crisis, now you have to treat those individuals with drugs and alcohol problems, you have to treat them like you do someone with cancer, someone with diabetes.
That's because they're their kids.
Yeah,
that's their husband and wife.
Yeah, you got so now these people have to get the same services that cancer patients and diabetes patients receive. They get treatment for a lifetime. So now recovery support services.
Stop whispering, Mr. Wright.
For a lifetime.
That's right. I like that in you. That's real.
Yeah.
And you see, this is what Bill Crosby was talking about. See, this is a conversation. This is a real conversation between two black men. And he know what he's saying, but he's a professional. And he's delicate. I ain't going to be as delicate. All of them brothers and sisters that was just made a criminal because they was a dope fiend.
Yeah.
We remember. Right. And they were treated like they wasn't even human. But now because it's gotten into white folks' family, now it's a health crisis. That's good. Now maybe some of those people that have had these disorders since 1974, they're still living when I was over here as a counselor, maybe some of them can be treated like a patient and not treated like a consumer.
Right.
Agencies start calling them consumers. What I look like, here I am with a sickness, and I come to you and you label me as a consumer. I'm not a consumer. I should have been a patient. And I just wanted to say that because this conversation was getting real. It was getting real because we was doing it like, I ain't know, The truth is, they are over there at 501 what, North Central?
North Central.
Smack dab in the middle of who? Austin.
Yes.
I know that spot from way back in the day. They see it right down the street from where you all are on Lake. Y'all hear them gunshots every day. Bodies falling all around, kids out to play. Right or wrong?
That's right.
But now it's good because you all are there and you all know that part of what's happening is a sickness. Spencer School down there and the other schools off in those areas, those people, parents, have been afflicted. Generations, decades. And that's why now what you all are doing is a wraparound service. But what they was doing, because I remember, give everybody a certificate. For what? With some signature on it, and the person still strung out.
Right.
Just had to interject that, Mr. Wright.
So, CRCC, Chicago Recovering Community Coalition, we are at the location of 501 North Central. Our vision is to put a face on recovery and provide recovery support services through recovery coaching and peer-to-peer mentoring. We offer life skills, recovery education workshops to individuals and recovery residences in the state of Illinois. We also provide individual personalized sessions to help clients with their families remove barriers from to recovery. I understand what you're saying wholeheartedly, you know, and what we are here doing is providing information and technical assistance to help individuals get out of these situations. So now that you may say that the chickens then came home to roost, so now some of the services that's provided, we're attempting to get that information out there to the community.
That's right.
Austin is the highest population, the highest percentages of overdoses in the whole city of Chicago.
See that?
And they only have four DOPP certified agencies in that ward. We are one of them.
And you are one of them.
DOPP is drug overdose prevention programs.
Now, let me ask you this. You use that word certified. How y'all get certified? And I don't want you to go into details. So, you are one of them, and I know you all are black. But who the rest of them?
I know for a fact that one of them is Walgreens.
Okay.
In the Austin community. The other two agencies, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure who they are. But we got in at the beginning. We started this organization in 2012.
Okay.
And we're still progressing. You know, we provide all sorts of different services. We do trauma first aid trainings.
Okay.
We train the individuals how to save a life. If they happen to be shot or stabbed, we show them how to save a life. Right now, tomorrow actually is the overdose prevention awareness day.
And that's Saturday, the 31st?
The 31st of October, which is tomorrow.
Of August?
Yes, of August.
All right.
We will do the Narcan, the correct name is naloxone. But
I'm glad you said that, because I was saying Narcan and I heard somebody else say that
naloxone,
word.
yeah.
But they're the same thing.
Same exact thing.
Good to know.
So Narcan or naloxone is the medication that you give someone who has overdosed because they stop breathing. You inject them with the Narcan or naloxone, and it'll bring them back. It'll save their life. So we train people for free. Not only do we train you how to use it, we give you the Narcan to take home. It's for free. We don't charge anybody for
So y'all resurrecting dead folk for free.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that?
We don't.
Hold on for a minute. I want them to get it. I know y'all. You know, I know y'all try to figure out what's going on. Yes, there is some medicine, and this brother right here is telling you that and he's gonna give you the information in a minute. If you have someone in your family that's hard-headed, and you know that they're gonna OD sooner or later, you need to call them, because there is help
available.
Thanks to the Sean Ford and agencies like yours. It's a blessing. Somebody in your house has been trained how to resurrect you from the dead. That's magic, ain't it? Or is that medicine? All right, Mr. Wright. I don't mean to put you on blast, but there it is.
We train people, and we train them, and we give them the Narcan to take home. It doesn't do us any good to keep the Narcan in the office locked up.
Until it expires.
Exactly.
Like Negroes always do.
So we give the information to the people in the communities. If there's a block club going on, we will come to your block club, and we will train people. The people, anybody on the block, and we'll give them the medication. Tomorrow is the overdose prevention day, and everybody is invited. We will have a press conference also at 501 North Central from 12 noon until 2 p.m.
Okay. Well, give them a number before we get too far where they can contact you, because you know how we are.
My phone number is 773-417-2045. Again, 773-417-2045. My address is 501 North Central. This event will go on tomorrow from 12 noon until 2 p.m. If you are unable to make that event, we have a number of different dates. September the 6th, we have a training. October the 25th, we have a training. November the 8th and December the 13th. All of these dates, it will be the same time from 12 noon until 2 p.m. It's open to anyone. Everyone is welcome.
That's a blessing.
That's one of the benefits, since it's now a health crisis. One of the benefits is that we have an opportunity to get the information out to the community that's been affected the most and the longest.
And it's a blessing. And I know when I was at the meeting over at the 15th Police District, and where I first met you all, and your executive director and yourself was giving out information to the rest of us, it was interesting to see that you had people from the community that was knowledgeable in what was going on. Because so many times you come to these meetings, and there's always somebody that seemed like a researcher, seemed like a college student. Surely are professionals, but might have information that we need and we don't have. So now to have people like you all that have the information, have the certification, have the resources, is a blessing. And people need to avail themselves to that blessing. Now, caller, we're going to just take a minute here. Speak on it.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Speak,
I just
speak.
had this.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you, but would you all raise the volume if you can? All right, go ahead on, sir.
The point I want to make is this. There's money in other people's misery. When you look at drug addiction, it alters your brain chemistry and it makes your body want something. Like it crave for it. Now, for a couple of years now, there is a medication. Go out there and look online, everybody, and see. There is a medication that stops a person for craving the drugs, but it's so much money that can be made in drug recovery. It's an industry all by itself. And it's just like you got people out here like Colonel Sanders, and they're treating the people like chickens, and they cut them up, and they're making money off them. That's what it's all about.
Well, I hear you, and you want to respond to that, Brother Wright?
Talking about.
Yeah, it seems like you're saying that it's about money. What I heard out of what you said is it's about money, and that's true. You know, there is a medication that will prevent you from craving the drug. Mm-hmm. You know, but that's another fight. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't know how to. We were so proud. CRCC was mm-hmm. so proud to be a part of the Opiate Task Force mm-hmm. with Deshaun Ford. Mm-hmm. We're grateful to be a part of that organization because we want to partner with as many organizations in the community as possible to help. Mm-hmm. And that was one of our fights, the money. It mm-hmm. always boils down to the money.
That's true.
If you don't have resources to get out to the community, how are you going to get there?
It's true.
You need to have the money, mm-hmm. you know, and like the nasal Narcan. Mm-hmm. And instead of doing the syringes with the needles, there's a new nasal Narcan that just came out. Mm-hmm. And you just squirt it in a person's nose. That Narcan costs so much more money. Uh-huh. And some people are afraid of needles.
Yes.
Even the people that we're instructing, they really don't want to use needles. Mm-hmm. So now our fight is to get the nasal Narcan. Right. You know, now there's another syringe that once you push the plunger, the needle will will go back into the actual syringe. Mm-hmm. But again, that's more money.
Right.
You know, so we teach people how to use these syringes the safe way. We teach you how to dispose of them the mm-hmm. safe way, and we give you the medication. You know, and maybe it's a lot of people that don't know that we're out there, but we're reaching out every day, all day.
And see, this is important information. It's important because it's there. It's available. You just don't know. Now you know. All right, caller. Holla. Speak on
Doc. Hey, Doc. How you doing?
Oh, fine. How you doing?
Yes. This is Steve.
Yes, sir, Mr. Steve.
I got two quick comments. One was what the gentleman just said. Over at the University of Chicago, a lot of doctors not giving you no Narcan in the nose. You get it with your prescription, and like he said, it do cost a lot. But that's what people also having a lot of surgeries, and they give them the opioids, the pills they take. So you get the Narcan nasal spray just in case of an overdose. Now, not every doctor is doing it, but a lot of doctors are doing it more now, and it's a good thing. And a second comment, you asked how do people get certified. Well, majority of places like Haymarket on the west side, a lot of other detox, a lot of clients, they get clean and they want to become certified to teach and help people. So it's always said, they're always fighting about that. It's better to have somebody being through it to be able to notice it more and explaining more than nobody having never been in that situation and just learning from a book. But anyway, either way it goes, we all need help. I don't care if a bird had to teach me not to do something, I would go in front of that bird. But listen, Doc, you're always good. You're always teaching. It's a wonderful thing. We got you. Listen, I appreciate you taking the call, and I'm doing a little bit better in therapy. So anyway, let me get out there and so I can hear your response. And thanks for taking the call.
All right, Steve, appreciate you calling. You sound so strong, man. You really sound good. Yes, sir, Mr. Wright.
And I didn't answer your question. How do you become certified to be DOPP certified? You have to have a doctor to sign off on it, and you have to register with the state of Illinois. So that's how we were able to be certified. So we have a 5-year certification.
You all serious about this thing, huh?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Gotta be.
Because they tell, I was talking to someone, and he was saying, well, you can't just go into the places unless you're certified. Somebody, I know who the somebody is, the system won't let you. Even though you might have been you might be a recovering person. But unless they give you certification, and they ain't never had no challenge, you can't talk to them. You can't provide therapy. You can't counsel. You can't advise. All you can do is look at them die. And that's something that I really resent. That you little people come into our neighborhood, declare yourself certified to work with our people, and you don't know our people. But people that's in our community, that's been through it, and has all of the ability to do it, they can't do it because your words say they ain't certified. That's another trick. Particularly like you treat the black teachers, particularly the males. Go to school, get a degree, take a test, or the black policemen. Every barrel that we get over, then you come up with something, a person got 5 degrees. And here you say, well, fill out this questionnaire or take this test, and you ain't even got a damn GED. And you tell them they can't use their credential because you, the one that created the situation, won't certify them. And that's something else somebody need to deal with. We need to stop letting these intruders come into our communities, denying us the opportunity to provide services to those in our communities without their permission by making little lies. And I hope, what's her name? Mayor Life, yeah, I know you ain't gonna hear this, but some of your little birds on the wall might tell you, look here, we need you to look into this. A lot of services are not being provided because black folks that know how to provide them are being discriminated against because white folks are still in those positions that they making the rules as they go. And they're the one getting the money, paying themselves all the money, and folks that need the money can't get it, and those that want to volunteer can't even talk to our own people. That's what I said. We got about 7 more shows. At least 6 of those, I'm going to be blowing it up. Go on, Mr. Wright.
In our vision statement, it says peer-to-peer mentoring. Peer-to-peer mentoring. What that is somebody with lived experience.
That's right.
So there's an old story, and it goes something like this. It talks about there was a man that was drunk, and he woke up and he was in the graveyard, and he fell and stumbled over and fell in a hole, and he kept hollering for someone to help him. And somebody walked up and said, well, I'll be right back. I'm going to get somebody to help you. And walked off and never came back. The second person walked up and said, I'm going to pray for you. And the third person walked up and said, I'm going to help you. And he jumped down in the hole. He was like, man, why you do that? He said, I've been here before. I know the way out.
That's right.
So come on, let me help you.
That's right.
That's me. I'm the person with lived experience. So I'm peer to peer. So this is the way that we can help people get out of that situation. So RCOs, Recovery Community Organizations, we have 3 in the state of Illinois now. but we're the first and the longest lasting RCO. Not only do I work in the community, because that's another issue. People who come to the community and work, and then when the money run out, they gone.
That's true.
No, I work in the community and I live in the community. So I'm not going nowhere. So I'm here. I'm dug in.
See that?
You know, my fight is with trying to get money from them to help.
And see, that's the trick. Trying to get money to provide services to a long-suffering community because of the Heron Expressway. The Heron Expressway for that area there, that basically, I'm gonna just say Homan and Chicago and that whole area, you know, LaShawn Ford's district, you know, that money is coming. But I bet you that the people that's getting the biggest control part of that money, you know, it's just for instance. I mean, here you are, you got the 11th District Police Station, and you got Bobby Wright, and you got SSI, HSI, and other agencies that have been out there forever. But those agencies have missed opportunity. There are other people that don't look nothing like the people that live in the district have got the spot. That's politics. It's politics. You got diversionary programs, but black folk can't get to the ward that got the case versus white folks that's already right there. You come out of court, white folk right there. Black folk got to catch you in the alley when you ODing. And unless it's Mr. Right that got some of that bring you back to life magic, ain't too much you can do. So we need to take this for what it is. And you know, those of you all that say, well man, you might have animated tonight, y'all already know that. I do that when I feel like doing that. And I already told the Sean Ford and anybody else, I do me. You understand that? And what we need right now is we need somebody to kick the ball instead of the can. These folks out here, and I doubt if they got as much money as white folk got. But yet they giving away things and they competing with others in our community. That man down in Oklahoma told them people they got to pay. We need you politicians from the mayor all the way throughout the system to get rid of Sean Ford. Y'all go down there and tell Trixie and tell him we need some of that money to come to us. Right or wrong?
That's right.
We need that money so we can get some more of this free resurrection juice to bring these folks up out of it, and then they can get some peer-to-peer counseling. Hopefully the white folks don't have to anoint and get back in their body. You know, we should be able to talk to people that we know without some outsider saying, well, you ain't certified. What? I got this and this. But I didn't give you that. I get tired of it. I see it all the time, particularly with black teachers, black men. You ain't certified because a 23-year-old kid just got out of college, done come here, don't look like you, don't know nothing about you, but they gonna tell you that you ain't certified and you're 80 years old and you ain't senile.
Yeah.
That's a sadness. And we need to have a talk about these issues, and that's why I'm kicking it, because I'm looking at it. And I know that money from, I ain't gonna call these companies' names, but I know at least 3 or 4 of those companies in Illinois, they're gonna get hit like, they're gonna get hit just like Oklahoma.
Awesome.
They are.
Yeah. The reason CRCC, Recovery Community Organization, first of all, let me say this. LaShawn Ford is a part, or he's heading the West Side Heroin Opioid Task Force. And that's the program we got involved in. But we have been doing this program before, in like 2012 we started. Right. RCOs, Recovery Community Organizations, like I said, they're based all over the country. There were none in the state of Illinois. None. And they provide these type of services throughout the whole country. And so we came back to Chicago and we started this program here. And the reason we started because major corporations, You named a few of them. You know, I'm not gonna name them, but you named them. But those big organizations, they would see a RFP, a grant that was out there, and they would have their team write the grant and say, "Oh, we do that." And then a month later, another grant would come out, and they change the vision statement again and the mission statement again, and say, "Oh, we do that," and they would get the grant, but none of the money would come down to the community. So we are boots on the ground. CRCC is our boots on the ground. We're the grassroots community organization. So RCOs were created to get some of that money to come. So now what they did was, any of this new opiate money, you have to be started as an RCO from the very beginning. So that's one of the things. So that's the reason why we started an RCO, something that Illinois didn't have, is behind the times of having an RCO. So we started an RCO here in Illinois, and we went to Washington, D.C. to advocate for them to put the language in the bill with the congressmen and the senators last June. And in October, the bill passed 98-1.
And you all had something to do with the wording.
Exactly. We was in there.
Congratulations.
And it gave $5 billion. $5 billion is not a whole lot of money. It's not a whole lot of money at all. But it's a start.
Now,
$5 billion is given across the nation. That's why I say it's not. When you think about the all of the people that's been the drug abusers and the people that's been over medicated and the people that went in for a knee surgery or hip surgery and got over medicated. So when you think of all of the hospitals and the drug abusers throughout the whole nation, it's not a whole lot. But the good news is we got $5 billion. So we went back this June and advocated for another $5 billion.
You all got some money? I'm talking about your organization.
No.
See, let's bring it home.
I'm gonna get to
it.
it.
Y'all got some of this $5 billion.
I'm gonna get to it.
All right, let me know.
So the $5 billion were given out across the nation, and Illinois got 28 or 29 million of that.
Okay.
Can I say that we got some of that money?
Okay,
I can't say that. I don't know the details of that.
Right.
But what I can say is Illinois got 28 or 29 million of that $5 billion. We went back again this June of 2019 and advocated for an additional $5 billion to come again. So we're waiting to see the response from them.
But let me ask you something now. Now see, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it a straight up 100. I ain't talking about no 100. I'm talking about 100. You all done went there and got all this money. How do you all get some of that money allocated to your organization?
I'm here to find out.
Now let me just tell y'all what you need to do. You need to get you a meeting with, and you already know this, with Sean Ford and whoever else, and then y'all need to go down to the pricks. Y'all need to let them know exactly what y'all doing. That 28 million they got, now that money going to them other folk, and you all are the only one of us that kicked it off, and you all the one out there fighting to get the money, and the money come, and everybody getting funny, but y'all can't G for that. And I know y'all know that. But you'll sit there doing all of the grunt work, and all of that money will come, and once again, somebody gonna get that $28 million. So you all, and all of you politicians, and all of the rest of y'all out there, you hear this man. He hit. You all need to mobilize with your political representatives and see to it that these people get at least 8 million of that 28 million that's coming, because they got the 5 billion for anything to come at all. Time out for Negroes to keep coming up with nothing. He's sitting here talking about all of what they do and all of what they have done. But he probably don't know where his next check coming from. That's a shame. But that's what happens. So I ain't calling nobody out because I ain't that type of dude. But, y'all out here telling people to smoke marijuana?
Harm reduction.
Huh?
Harm reduction.
Harm reduction?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Okay.
I was gonna mention that.
All right, go on, help me out, cause I'm just saying, cause I understand, cause I know you be done work yourself to death, and everybody done got fat, and you poor as a snake.
Yeah.
Time out for that. Y'all need to get paid, man. Y'all need to talk to LaShawn Ford, what's his name, Congressman Davis, and anybody else you can talk to and let these people understand clearly. We have done the work. Don't pass us by.
Right.
My Lightfoot had sung that song, said that she grew up in that song in that church. Lord, don't pass me by. So you hear me? Mayor Lightfoot,
Yes.
get on down there in Springfield. Sing that song and tell them don't pass these people by. These people done did the work. $5 billion, $28 million come to Illinois, and he don't even know who getting it. That means he ain't getting none.
That's correct.
If he don't know who getting the money, then we need an intervention. I'm glad you've been here. Anything else you want to say with it?
Yeah, Narcan trainings. I can't stress it enough. The big event is it's going to be tomorrow, August the 31st.
How big is that? Is that big enough for us to see can we get it on here? Keep talking though, sir.
August the 31st, 2019, Overdose Awareness Day. They're going to be they're going to be a bunch. There's going to be a bunch of different events going on, but this is our event. Chicago Recovering Community Coalition event is going to be, and there will be a press conference, and I believe LaShawn Ford will be there himself.
You need to pull him to the side, and he will probably review this this situation. And I ain't got no clout with LaShawn Ford or nobody else. I'm just saying. And all I'm saying is this. At the end of the day, man, don't get passed up on this money. Keep on with your script, though.
Yeah, and so we train people. Our job is to get the information and the tools out to the individuals in the community. We got to get the information to the community. It don't do us no good. I can't stress that enough. It don't do us any good to have the medication locked up in the office. I mean, if you can't make this event tomorrow, if you can make any one of the other different dates on here, if you can't make any of those dates, if you just call us, 773-417-2045. If you call us, we'll set up a date and come out to your agency and train the people.
Can't ask for no more than that. Y'all can't, but I can. You right.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what they doing. You know, they dying to keep you alive. They are. But most agencies die because they don't get enough money, enough funding to stay in business. And that's what you politicians and you preachers, that's what y'all all do. You got an agency in your community, the only one of its kind, the first one of its kind in the state, that has advocated and got the state $5 billion to deal with this opioid crisis.
Yes.
And none of y'all don't know nothing about it. And you know you parasites, he's give the truth. You always change your mission statement to get the money. And I understand that. But now we got somebody here that's on a mission, giving away life-saving medication to counteract the death that we have allowed. When I say we, I'm talking about y'all. I ain't talking about us, I'm talking about y'all. We as a society has allowed people to become victims of. And like he said, he can't stress that enough. I can't stress this enough. You politicians, y'all need to take this man telephone call. Y'all need to see to it that he gets some money. I know this show ain't touching enough of y'all, so we got to figure out a way. I can't call it, but I'll talk to you for you to get on the other thing we do. You got to get on there so we can snap. Because the truth is, you ain't gonna get none of that money, man, unless you scream. You got to scream. You got to kick down the door. You got to start snapping. You got to sound crazy like me so you can get paid. Feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
because being nice and doing all of that, and they're going to probably get another $5 billion. They get that $5 billion, and you still ain't got no money? You need to see, Gator, I know you're here, and I ain't putting you on blast. You need to see Gator when you come out of here. You know, you need to tell him. I need to talk to Pritzker. I'm just telling you. You need to know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Look here, Pritzker. You know, this man brought all this money to Illinois. be sure he gets something. He got to eat. Right or wrong?
That's right.
Out here giving away free medication, and then you ain't got no money. All right, caller, speak on it.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm going to mention the other fact. And like I said, I'm not talking about your guest now. There's people making money off of people's misery. Every time there's a murder in Chicago, it has a $5 million negative effect. And you better believe somehow, some way, somebody is making money off that. Every time someone gets shot and they wind up being, like what we call a quadriplegic in a wheelchair, guess what? They're going to need, at least in terms of goods and services, at least $250,000 in terms of money got to be spent on them. So once again, when you look at certain things, somebody is making a dollar off of other people's misery. Take care.
All right, I appreciate you doing that. Go on, brother, right? Keep doing all your information. Get all your information out here, man.
So yeah, we our main thing right now is the opioid awareness and passing out the Narcan. We also have something else that's going on in the city. September the 28th September is National Recovery Month, and we invite all agencies to come out and be a part of it. Where we meet up at Central Park in Jackson, and we walk east on Jackson to California, make a left, go over to Madison, make another left, and come back down Madison, back to Central Park in Jackson. We have motorcycle escorts, we have police escorts blocking traffic, where people marching through the streets with big banners advocating for recovery. Now, when I say recovery, it's simply that, recovery. I mean, you can be in recovery from eating too many chocolate chip cookies. You know, we're not asking you to say what you're in recovery for.
Right.
We're just asking for you to come out and advocate for recovery. Once we walk around, walk through the city streets, we come back and we feed everybody. We have anywhere from 500 to 700 people every year.
Okay.
This is our 30th event. I know that we partner with another agency. I know that my agency, CRCC, has only been around since 2012, but we partner with another agency, and they've been doing it. This is the 30th year. This is the 30th year. And they used to do two, one on the south side, one on the west side, but because of budgets, they limited it down to it's only one now. And we're just attempting to get the word out there. Yeah, by any means necessary.
Well, I'm glad you was here tonight, and I'm going to take about 3 minutes, a little pause, because I'm thinking about getting the word out. Man, give me some of these drums, but just give me about 2 minutes, and then we coming back to him, because his message and his words, you know, I want them all out. But right now, I think you all need a little boost of getting the message out, a little ancestral energy. Come on with it, man. Let me see this. Just let it flow through your body. So when September 28th get here, you get up off your behind and put them legs on the ground. Get up tomorrow and get out to this activity. Look at that sister. That ain't in Africa either. That's in Australia. You didn't know that, did you? Check that.
Yeah.
That's enough. Y'all don't need no more. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all know nothing about that. But that was just a pump a little something in you. That's what we need. We need you to catch that spirit. We need y'all. We need our people to get back in the rhythm of supporting people like this. Now, I didn't know they did all that. I saw them there, but I knew they was mighty knowledgeable. I'm sitting there, you know, I don't usually go, but I'm sitting there, and I'm saying, man, why these black folk doing all this talking? What they know? Wasn't no white folks sitting over them. You know what I'm saying? How you usually be a staff of white folk, and white folk looking at you, telling you when you can talk. But him and the sister, boy, they was popping it. Every time something come up, they knew it. I'm saying, what the hell? So I'm so honored that they're here because it's good to know that they are working on their own and they're getting things done. And we, as I don't like that word activist. I ain't no activist. But tonight, yeah, I am acting like sort of like an activist. Yeah, I am going to act like a little like an activist because somebody need to advocate for people like this. They out here passing out spray, syringes to help people come from an overdose death experience. I was reading something the other day. Some police officer in New Jersey, old boy sitting in the car, OD, dead as a doorknob. They calling him, he laying up there dead. And then they got there just in time, somebody hit him with that, what you call it?
Narcan.
Narcan, bam. See, that's how black folks be getting killed. A lot of them on dope too. And somebody be just stuck him in the leg. And they see you. Bam! Whoa, what happened? It was a death attack. You had a zombie sitting behind the police steering wheel. This thing ain't no joke, man. And these folks done went to Washington and they done helped get $5 billion. They done helped get some words in there because of what they know. And we sitting here and they don't know if they get none of that money. That's a disgrace. And we got a new governor, and I like Pritzker, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Pritzker ain't scared he ain't scared, he's too rich to be scared. He said, yeah, you can gamble in my state. Yeah, you can smoke some marijuana in my state. Yeah, you can do all of that. But there's a few things else you're gonna have to do. I like that. Because what's happening is, that means that people like you might be able to get his ear. And you all, man, I can't tell you, because I don't do all that political stuff. You all got to find an advocate, man. Y'all, and LaShawn Ford probably is the man. You all just got to let him know all that you're doing. Because what you're doing is not only just this, but what you're doing is carrying the burden of the black community, the Austin community, with all of these people that are suffering with this disorder, and other people are still getting paid. I'm through with that. Go on, brothers. Finish it up.
Yeah, I wanted to say also that our organization name is Chicago Recovering Community Coalition, but we are the RCO for the entire state of Illinois. So we were actually, we took over a recovery home in Rock Island, Illinois. It's like 3 hours away. I mean, you in Rock Island, you on the banks of the Mississippi River. You can look across the river to Davenport, Iowa. And they call it the Quad Cities down there. Silva, Rock Island, Davenport, Iowa, and Bettendorf, I believe it is. Those 2 cities in Illinois, 2 cities in Iowa. And Iowa, all those are the Quad Cities. Iowa, their police officers, that was in 2015. Their police officers drive around with Narcan in their cars.
Yeah.
We don't have that in Illinois. We need the police officers, each and every police officer, to be trained and to carry Narcan in their vehicles to save a life. I mean, they say Austin is the highest overdose ward in the city of Chicago. Me personally, I believe it may be higher than that. I believe that there's a lot of people that have died and wasn't categorized correctly.
Yeah, they just dead.
Yeah.
So they just say, okay, he dead. I don't know how he died. He just died.
Yeah. So I think it might be a little higher than that.
Yeah. Well, one thing that got my attention was, that's probably what, 17, 16, where you went from 5 overdose deaths to 202 in a year. Right there in LaShawn Ford's district, and they talk about hoeing in Chicago. I drive by there every day. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I see a whole lot of spots hotter than that. Now, people be dying and people be going back and forth here or there, but, a lot of people are dying. I see people, particularly as the season change, in the alleys when they're making them dope runs, them dope calls. It reminds me of sometime in Africa on the weekend, on Sunday particularly, where they have all the tribes come and they run up and down the street and they be celebrating. I mean, people be lined up trying to test this new dope. We see it in our communities all the time. And now we got some people out here, one of a kind, that's providing services free. You can't continue to provide things for free until you run yourself out. And that's why you got to find out how much of that money y'all going to get. Because if you got some money, you can provide more services.
Yeah, definitely.
You can. Whatever way you are making this happen, the Creator has blessed you all to do that. Whatever way you're doing it, you still deserve some of that money. You are entitled to some of that money to get more done and to be able to eat. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things we do out on the street, and you know, a lot of these dudes, when you try to challenge them on something, they tell you, I gotta eat. So they're gonna keep doing what they're doing, but man, I gotta eat. You can't argue with that. You do have to eat. But we tired of people eating off the suffering and misery of those that they don't even look like. And don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm no racist. I don't think. But they don't think they're racist either. They just getting the money. And I'm saying, hell no. Let some Negroes get some money. You didn't bring that money here. These folks brought that money here. Now you politicians, help these people get some of that money that you're going to go all to them other folk. I already know who's going to get it. They the one that got the spot in the 11th District Police District. I could call the names off now, but I ain't. White folk and black folks, Bobby Wright and HSI been here all the time, and they go there, they got to worry they don't get locked up. All they doing is going to do what? Be available to people. Now they got to go out here like you and anybody else and hope they can find a place. Because some little white kid sitting up talking about, oh, you ain't certified, you can't talk to him. Hell, that's my grandmama. You can't talk to her because you ain't certified. Huh. Get over that. We got a minute left. See all your information over, sir. And I'm glad you've been here. I'm going to get this back on this here. Hope y'all can read this.
All right, Chicago Recovering Community Coalition, CRCC. This Narcan training, the actual Narcan training, the actual date is tomorrow, October the 31st, from 10.
Do you mean October?
I'm sorry,
August.
August 31st, 2019, from 12 noon until 2 p.m. We will be located at 501 North Central. Our phone number is 773-417-2045. If this is a short notice and you cannot make it, we have all of these dates also. August 9th, September the 6th, October 25th, November the 8th, December the 13th. All of them are at 12 noon till 2 p.m. Chicago Recovering Community Coalition, 501 North Central. Again, the phone number is 773-417-2045.
Thank you, Mr. Wright, for being here. Let's dap it out.
Thank you.
Hope y'all get some of that money, man.
All righty.